Hey guys,
Hello there.
we were invited to do a collab video. So this is our first collab video about budget burnout. A budget burnout video, which is when you get tired of doing the budget, what are things that you do to try to stick to the budget as much as you can. I'm doing this with a whole bunch of other YouTubers. I'll have all of their channels listed below in the description. Be sure to check out everyone else's and give them some love too.
And we've been doing the whole budget plan for a year and a month now, so we can tell you from experience that it is difficult, challenging, but rewarding. There are 6 tips on how to avoid budget burnout. Number 1, give yourself short-term goals. So the obvious long-term plan is to be totally out of debt, but if you look at your long-term plan and it's 3 years away, that's going to feel like eternity, and that's an easy way to just quit. So for one, we're planning on paying off my student loans the end of this year, so in November or December. So when I did the budget in January, I looked at specific targets and I said at 6 months I want to pay off around $25,000. So each month I can write down what I'm paying off, what I plan to pay off each month, and it kind of helps you see that we've had a few months where we went really aggressive and really paid off a lot, and then other months we didn't, which are discouraging. But when you actually tracked them specifically, you saw that we're actually on target, so it kind of revitalizes you is the best way I can say it.
Number 2, one thing that can be really discouraging is not meeting your goal, especially consistently month after month. For the past 2 months, we haven't met our goals, so we can definitely sympathize with people who haven't been reaching their goal each month. But the main thing you need to do is just move forward. Keep moving forward. Keep sticking to your budget as much as possible, even though it is a little bit of a Debbie Downer that you didn't meet your goal.
The good thing to remember, whenever your month is over, you wipe the board clean. So
yeah.
It's a totally
new board. It's a fresh start each first of the month.
You can't change the past, so you move forward and make the best of it.
Exactly.
That's all you can do. For number 3, this one's really exciting and probably a universal tip from pretty much everybody, but it's really important. Make sure you reward yourself. So the months of December to January, February, I was working a lot of overtime, which meant I'm not as home as much, so she's stuck with the kids and has more stress from that. I'm more stressed from working so long, so we decided, okay, we'll double our spending money. We went from $50 to I think $100 for 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems little, but it's a nice perk just to say that you worked hard. You don't have to throw all of it towards the debt. You can enjoy a little bit yourself.
It's very similar to when you're on a diet. You have cheat days. Reward yourself. If you don't reward yourself with a little bit of chocolate every now and then, you're going to indulge in it. So make sure you reward yourself throughout your budgeting journey. That way you don't 1 month just go crazy and then completely miss your goal for the month.
This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So number 4 tip, and we haven't been doing this. We did it in the very beginning for a few months, but one thing I definitely suggest is if you go shopping one day or whatever the case may be, you have your receipts, you save your receipts. At the end of each day, before you go to bed, make sure you write down in your budget what you spent that day. Keep a track of gas, food, whatever it is that you spent that day. Because what we've been doing, I guess because we're getting too comfortable with what we're spending and we're paying attention to it, but we're just getting too comfortable. And what we're doing recently is just saving all the receipts, which is also a pain in the butt. But at the end of the month, I sit down and I write down everything that we spent all together in one big shebang, and it sucks. So don't do that. Write it every day.
And if you wait till the end, you can't look back and say, well, maybe we shouldn't spend so much this week. We've already spent it.
And I think
it's too late.
Us doing our budget that way doesn't make sense whatsoever, because when you have a $500 food goal for the month, you're just spending money at the grocery store and you're not keeping track until the end of the month, and you're like, oh crap, I've gone over. Oh crap, I've gone over. Each month, obviously we need to change something, and this COLLAB video actually just made us think, maybe we should start writing down every single night what we spend. Again, like we should have been this entire time. So anyway, that's number 4.
Number 5, avoid temptations. So for me, I've been wanting a boat for a long time, and there was a while back where I went to a dealership and I sat down, I looked at the boat, and I was window shopping, but
he was trying to get a feel for how much they were.
The guy started talking about the numbers, and he said, well, you can pay this amount a month, for this interest rate. I'm like, well, I could actually afford that. But then again, I'm paying interest, and that's not on the budget. So...
Let me interrupt real quick. He's been wanting a boat forever. So the dealer telling him, oh, it's only $200 a month, or whatever the number was. His mind, he's like, oh, that's doable. But that just takes away...
I could totally work a few extra hours a month and get that paid, but it's not in the budget, so we can't just do it.
Well, and that's that goes back to rewarding yourself. After he pays off his student loans, he wants to reward himself with a boat.
True. The other things that you can think for avoiding temptations is if have already spent your personal spending money, don't go to that store that you always buy something at. I did this since I was growing up, but if I'm going out to the grocery store anywhere, I usually bring a drink myself, so I never have the temptation to buy a drink.
Is this on me?
No.
He's totally talking about me, because I always go to Sonic and get a drink.
Well, I get thirsty too, but if I already have a drink, then I have no temptation to buy a drink. So it's simple stuff.
It's smart. It's smart. Our last tip is dream big.
When it comes to dreaming big, that's pretty much the whole idea of this whole journey. Obviously, we want to enjoy the present, but we know the future is going to be there, and for many of us, it's going to be there for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. That's a long time, isn't it? So this is my strongest motivation for our whole debt journey, which is our lovely family, as you can kind of see through the glare. We've got our kids. We plan to have grandkids, and unless the apocalypse happens...
Don't make me older than I am already.
There's obviously things we want to buy. I want to buy a boat. She wants to buy her car.
Mommy vehicle.
We want to live, in a sense, for the future. So when we were at our cruise, there was a girl that said she was on like her 5th cruise of this year, and this was back in April.
Oh, yeah.
Which...
Fifth cruise this year. We were in the 4th month of the year. She'd been on 5 cruises in 4 months. Like, that's crazy.
We don't want to go that extreme, but we want to be able to live to where we can have more vacations and travel and not have money holding us back. So when our kids want to go see the Grand Canyon, when they're a teenager, we don't say, well, we got to wait till next year because we don't have the money for it. We're not going to fly by the seat of our pants, but we want to be able to live and enjoy life.
Which is also why we went on a cruise in April. Like Jessica Ashley, she's a fellow friend of mine who did this collab, and you got to have your fun times, otherwise you're going to go crazy. Give yourself some leeway, but stick to your budget as best as you can.
And a few other things that really keep me in mind is I plan to, once I have all the debt except for the house paid off, I could actually work part-time for the rest of my life, which is amazing because that means there's a lot more time for the family, and I'm not just a money provider that never sees the kids. And then the other thing is, retirement age is 65. Do I really want to wait till I'm 65 if I can work hard now and retire sooner? I mean, who's going to guarantee I'll live to see 65?
That, and when you're that old, you probably are too tired to travel the world. We want to do it now.
I don't want to live at Bingo Hall for every Friday night.
Bingo wings!
Yeah!
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, those were our 6 tips, and I hope you guys enjoyed our video. We normally don't do stuff like this, but I thought it would be fun and something different, and we've been wanting to do more videos for you guys anyway. Someone suggested that they wanted to see a breakdown of each paycheck and where the money went, and we're probably going to do one of those videos too very soon. But we wanted to get this video done right now because tomorrow we're leaving in California for a week to go visit family. We will be definitely trying to be budget friendly over there. If you have any suggestions, comment below and give us some encouragement and give us some advice on what you would do for budget burnout. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to click like and subscribe. Bye.
When we erase stuff, we won't have to draw lines every single time. It'll be straight. But, so typically you would want to put how much you're making, which is your income, twice a month. We are not going to show you guys how much we actually make just because that's private and that's personal, and we have a lot of friends and family that watch these videos, and, you know, it's kind of none of their business.